Before we start this video, thank you to the members of both of the channels. Mattel just confirmed that yes, the Marc Forster live-action Thomas movie is still happening and they're still working on it, so I will play this audio clip, and then after the clip, we will get into the previous older plot leak for this movie. It may or may not still be the plot, but here is the audio bite.
And then the next Escape Artists Mattel co-production is Viewmaster.
Well, we have two more. We have Viewmaster at Sony, and we've got Thomas the Tank at MGM. Amazon. MGM.
So can you tease anything from either one of those? Like Thomas the Tank live action?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes. Basically, yes.
Yeah. Got it. And then that's all we need to know.
Yes, that's all you need to know.
We're in the middle. We're in the middle of it, right, Robbie?
Yes.
He gets so upset. He was always the nice guy, but it was the others. It was his friends that were always derailing other trains and putting oil slicks down and things.
Anthony, exactly. You need to come and work with us.
And then
you need to leave deadline.
So basically, they just confirmed that yes, it is a live-action Thomas the Tank movie, and they are still working on it. They directly said we are in the middle of it, so there is literally nothing to go off of from that. All we know is yes, it's still happening. It has not been canceled. I don't even remember when it got announced, but as we know, the Barbie movie was evidence that Mattel can announce a movie and then take 10 plus years to actually get it into theaters. I think Barbie might have been like longer than a decade, but we'll see when this Thomas movie finally comes out. Hopefully the reboot is successful, because then I feel like they'll put even more effort into the movie if they know people actually want to watch Thomas. So that's good. The movie's still coming out live action. The only problem is the previous plot leak for the movie is on your screen right now. And this previous plot leak, which probably is way outdated now and will not be the finished movie, who knows? They could take pieces from it though. But this leak is not very good. It's actually horrible. It's actually terrible. It's actually so beyond bad. It would be the worst Thomas movie ever produced, and that is saying something. I'd rather watch Big World, Big Adventures than this movie's plot leak. As you can see, the person being interviewed says, "So the story that I wound up telling, along with another writer who I love working with, was about a kid on the spectrum who gets sucked onto the island of Sodor, and the rules of the island of Sodor very much mirror the way that his brain works. So where he's kind of an outcast in our world, he's really the hero inside Thomas's world," which is the dumbest, most trash script idea for a Thomas movie I have ever heard. Britt Allcroft knew what she was doing with Magic Railroad compared to this. If you want to alienate a group of people, that's what they're doing with this script. They're basically saying people with autism or people on the spectrum are just so special that we have to just put them in the movie and have them be the focus. Almost as if we're not supposed to treat them like normal people. They have to put them in the movie as the focus. Way to alienate and pander to a very specific type of person. There's no need to do that. There is no need to do that in a Thomas movie when you have live action characters such as Thomas. Who knows how many characters they'll do because it's live action, but you have Gordon. For sure, Gordon would be in there. Percy, all the main ones, basically Thomas, Percy, James, and Gordon. And then maybe they'll throw in a female character like Emily or Rosie. I think those would be the confirmed live action characters. I honestly could see them doing a live action movie where they skip out on a bunch of the main characters just because it's a live action movie and it's a one-time movie thing. It's not like a trilogy. It's probably disconnected from the Thomas world. So they probably just do 4 or 5 characters and that's it. Because if it's going to be like this, we're going to be following around some stupid kid the entire movie. And then you'll barely even see Thomas. It's going to be a movie about a kid on the spectrum featuring trains, not a movie about Thomas the Train, which is what it should be. So again, this plot leak is pretty old and probably really outdated, so I doubt they'll do it. But yeah, that is the idea they came up with. Out of all the ideas you could have with the island of Sodor, and it's having a live action Sir Topham Hatt and all the workmen and everything and all the different characters and diesels and troublesome trucks, Everything you could do with live action Sodor, all the sets and destinations and places, and that is what you come up with. You basically have to shoehorn in a kid on the spectrum, just alienate him, just throw in a kid with goggles on the spectrum, like, and throw him on Sodor, where he can really be the hero because he's an outcast in the real world. That is what they could come up with. This billion-dollar company. That is the worst idea for a Thomas movie I have ever heard. I'm going to take a sip of water here. That is the worst idea ever. Kids with autism and on the spectrum don't even want to watch that either. They don't want to watch that. They don't want to be catered to like that. Nobody wants to be catered to. No audience wants to be pandered and catered to. We just want a normal live-action Thomas movie. We want a normal live-action Thomas movie. It's so brain-dead with the way these companies think. They're like, we need a special needs break fan named Bruno. Like, kids were fans of Thomas when we had normal characters, just like normal trains. You don't have to give them disabilities or conditions that are in the real world. It's not needed. Kids don't need that to like Thomas. They don't need that to be able to watch it. They don't need that in a movie to go to the movie theater. They just want a good Thomas the Tank Engine movie. That's all these people want. Older fans or younger fans. So this plot leak sucks. It's good that the movie is still confirmed, but to be honest with you, I have zero faith, absolutely zero faith that Mattel is actually going to give us a good Thomas live-action movie. I have zero faith. Because the fact that we've heard nothing about this, we haven't even really heard anything about the reboot. We just know that, I totally forgot about the reboot leaks we just got. We just know that Thomas is going to be faceless on the mainland and beyond. There's an underground magical Vickerstown tunnel that grants Thomas his face when he goes on Sodor. Troublesome trucks are like the main villains. Drivers and firemen are back. We're seeing a bunch of older characters return. But, like, some of that is bare minimum. Like, wow, you're bringing back old characters? Like, what we had before was all engines go. So the bar is so low for people to be pleased. I feel like the standards are so low. We are not expecting much. And I think because there really is no big advertisement push for this reboot, it's not looking good so far. I know it's only June and the special for Netflix drops in September, so we still have July and August. And maybe they just won't even market it, and maybe it'll be good and I'll be wrong. But I think it's pretty weird how they're not advertising, like, the reboot, characters returning, promotions, like trailers or at least images. Like, why don't we have at least images? I don't even really care about a trailer. Thomas is not a movie. Thomas doesn't need a trailer like a proper movie or TV show. Not really. Thomas just needs promotional images and teasers, and that's about it. And we're not getting any of that. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this confirmation and old plot leak down below.